Strict lockdown restrictions have been imposed in most parts of Kashmir, including Srinagar from Monday after a sudden surge in COVID-19 cases in the valley. The authorities have sealed most of the roads and marketplaces and sought cooperation of the public to make the lockdown a success. Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa held a review meeting with senior officials, including State Health Minister, Chief Secretary and Deputy CM over the COVID-19 management in the state. The state government has also released a circular making home isolation mandatory for those who have undergone COVID-19 tests. In Karnataka, the districts of Dharwad and Dakshina Kannada have announced lockdown from July 15th as the coronavirus cases rise in the state. While Dharwad will be under lockdown for 9 days, the lockdown will be imposed in Dakshina Kannada for a week from 15th of July. The Calcutta High Court will continue to remain closed till 19 July in view of a rapid increase in the number of COVID-19 cases in the city. The Punjab government has issued a revised guideline restricting bans on public gatherings. The state government has put strict ban on social gatherings while restricting it to 5 attendees, while only 40 people will now be allowed in marriages and other functions. It also asked police to register FIRs against those violating the curb on public gatherings. 2 days of total lockdown with curfew has been imposed in Shillong from Monday after a spike in COVID-19 cases in the state capital. Shillong accounts for 95% of active coronavirus cases in Meghalaya. The lockdown will remain in force in Shillong till 6 am of July 15th.
Right, shifting focus to foreign news now, Israel's Nature and Parks Authority is spreading a message on social media in order to help people overcome the sense of detachment that coronavirus social distancing rules can bring. The park is giving an opportunity to hug a tree. Now, face masks are mandatory outdoors and Israelis are advised to avoid close physical contact with elderly relatives with visits at nursing homes held in the open air. As the coronavirus infections rise rapidly in South Africa, the country reimposed a ban on sale of alcohol and a night curfew on Monday to reduce pressure on its hospitals. President Cyril Ramaphosa's government imposed one of the strictest lockdowns in the world in late March and delayed a surge in infections, but has since eased many restrictions over fears for its struggling economy. South Africa has the highest number of confirmed coronavirus cases in Africa and is now recording the 4th largest daily increase in new cases worldwide. Night curfew will last from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson on Monday said that people should wear masks in confined spaces such as shops and that the government would say more in the next few days about what tools of enforcement would be used. He said the government will announce more advice on whether it would become mandatory after consulting relevant guidance. Johnson also added that workers should consult with their employers about returning to their places of work wherever it is safe to do so. Many Britons have chosen to continue working from home despite the government's easing of coronavirus restrictions. Spain's Balearic Islands has made it mandatory to wear a face mask in public at all times to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. It joins Spain's Catalonia in going further than a national directive that mandates their use only when in close proximity to others. Spain, which has been one of the European countries worst affected by the coronavirus, lifted its emergency at the end of June when the pandemic seemed to have come under control. But Spain's government is not planning to make the use of face masks compulsory nationwide where social distancing can be guaranteed. And staying in Europe, foreign ministers of the European Union met in person for the first time since the beginning of the coronavirus outbreak on Monday. They discussed about relations with Turkey and the situation in Hong Kong. Arriving for the meeting, EU's foreign policy chief Josep Borrell said the relationship with Turkey was not especially good at the moment. Luxembourg's foreign minister Jean Asselborn called Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's decision on Hagia Sophia a blow against the alliance of civilizations and condemned the prison sentences given to several right activists at the beginning of the month.